Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. I hope you're all doing well this afternoon. It is currently... what time is it? It's like 1:50 p.m. on the East Coast where I'm at. Sorry, I needed to get that good stretching in. But yeah. The times must be flipped or something, because this is like 12 hours opposite of when we're usually still going. But I am picking up an extra work shift tonight. I won't be home until late, and frankly, I don't think I will be up for wanting to stream until like 5 in the morning, because I don't know how long this last trial bit's gonna take. But I do know that there's a part 1 and a part 2. So, figure before I go to work, let's knock out part 1. And we can do part 2 later tonight and get it all wrapped up. Let's dive right in. Are we back at the beginning of the game? How did I get into this mess?
That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, this is just the same cutscene from the beginning. What have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to go on like this. Huh?
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title.
Well, that's the end of the stream. Phoenix is fucking dead. I've had this dream before. Someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. I swear, if I ever changed my phone ringtone to the Steel Samurai music, I would never answer it. I would be too busy jamming out. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Yeah, doing this behavior in the defendant lobby is totally not suspicious at all. Also, I still want to know where you pulled that from. Ugh. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? You get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Maya. Phoenix? Phoenix! Mia! I should have known it was her. Maya! How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia. What am I supposed to do? You're all gonna feel silly when On Guard turns out to be Pearl in a trench coat. It's a funny looking trench coat. Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. Now, wait a damn minute, this isn't normal cafe hours. You're right, it's not. But I picked up an extra shift at work today, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna be up for doing not 1 but 2 trial segments tonight. So we're doing part 1 of the trial now. and we'll do the other part later tonight as usual after I get home from work. Because normally I'm not available on Mondays for working. Because damn it, I need a day off sometime. But since I'm missing some hours at my other job, might as well take the time to pick some up and try and keep things on an even keel. So that's where we're at. For a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Is that accursed on guard again? Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after to kill it, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over. Until the verdict is handed down. We're gonna do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. Also, hello, Caffeine. How you doing today? Cafes are normally morning joints, but my cafe starts usually around after 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is a most unusual stream time for me. I'm picking up an extra work shift this afternoon into the night, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna be wanting to finish this whole both trial segments after I get home from a work shift. So we're doing part 1 now, and we'll be doing part 2 later tonight during usual cafe hours. I've had my coffee already, so I'm pumping. Hell yeah, love that for you. I got mine actively going right now. It's not a barista stream if I'm not drinking some form of caffeinated beverage, and if I don't get the hiccups at some point. For some reason. Today it's peppermint mocha all the way. Sugar-free peppermint mocha syrup. 0 sugar peppermint mocha coffee creamer. And peppermint mocha whipped cream on top. What kind of coffee did you have? Did you put any flavorings in your coffee, Caffeine? I would like to know. I'm curious. And if you don't want to share, that's fine too. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? You go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. Friendship again? It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. You know, I'm pretty sure Phoenix was disparaging Gumshoe, like, last time we talked to him, so I don't know, man. I don't know how much Phoenix actually believes what he's saying. March 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mad On Guard.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Well, don't make it sound like it's fucking my fault or something. It's not our fault court doesn't start until 10 in the first place. Listen, if you've been here since 8 o'clock, that's your problem.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
Then you're saying that she is guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Yeah, Judge, shut up. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. He's showing off that card like I show off my badge. Look at this card.
What is that? It looks like a shell.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Yes, Juan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired this assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt Ongard.
What a surprising turn of events.
What a twist. Don't you fucking finger wag at me. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. If this was literally anybody else overhearing this, they'd be like, dog, my lawyer just said he wonders how it's gonna go out today. I'm so cooked.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
Prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Hey, buddy. You're still in your fucking suit. Please tell me you've at least been able to change. At least, like, once. Because it's been, what, 2 or 3 days since the initial event happened? Listen, my lawyer dog, I'm going to jail. Well, in this case, I think that's kind of what we want in the first place. I was not expecting the daytime barrister. I know, Monstro. I wasn't either. But I literally woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be up for streaming for probably at least 3 hours tonight after working a shift at my job. At one of my jobs, rather. So how about I crank out the first section of the final trial before I go to work, and then do the other one after. And now here we are. But I hope you're doing well today. Appreciate you stopping by. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
Oh no, buddy. Got my tickets to wrestling after the crummy year things are turning around. Hell yeah, love that for you. I'm glad things are finally turning around. What is your relation to the defendant?
Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Phoenix, 2 minutes ago. I know what's going on. Phoenix now. I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. OnGuard's room.
Okay, sure.
Oh, buddy, he's just doing his best. He's just trying to help. Visit to Matt's room.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room.
I do seem to recall him stepping away for a minute.
Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy.
Yeah, and you know who was dressed up as a bellboy that night?
Watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
I wonder who that was. It was us, of course.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
Talking with the bellboy is no big deal.
Or is it?
If one assumes that the person Mr. OnGuard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? Went to his room. He was standing there. He was talking with someone. Watched the two of them for a while, but I gave up and went back. Well, what else did you see? I feel like there's more here. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Are you sure about that?
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think.
I had guests with me, so I couldn't make them wait. Oops. I did not mean to do that. I wasn't sure if I could click on the little bubbles that show which statement I'm on to go back to that one. Apparently you can't. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. No, I wanted to go... I probably should have done this the other way around and pressed this one first. At first? What do you mean by that?
I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated...
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Oh, maybe.
Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Edgeworth's like, finally, somebody's catching on. Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right?
Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Okay. Tell me more. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. That's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Bellboy's face or the tip? Well, we've been really going for this whole tip thing. And based on what we know, the bellboy is obviously the killer. Like, we saw him. We know he's the one who called Maya, said that she had a call, and probably kidnapped her from there. So, I'm assuming this tip-giving incident is actually referring to Matt paying the assassin. At least that's my assumption. So him... And we don't know what the killer looks like. Like, we, the player, know. But Edgeworth has said that they've never been able to catch him. Like, they don't know what he looks like. I'm pretty sure he said that they don't know what he looks like. So asking about the guy's face isn't really going to get us anywhere, I think. So let's keep going on this tip line. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? About how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Oh, he's so meek. I love him. Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? Very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Well, I don't... The bar thing isn't coming up, so no matter what we choose, I think we'll be okay. And, like, we're supposed to be trying to draw this out as much as we can anyway, so let's object. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Objection! Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays. And why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? Because you really like being judgmental of people. He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this. Do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley DeKiller left at the scene of the crime. Wait, what do you mean you don't get paid, Phoenix? I mean, what's the word? Isn't it like pro bono? Like one of those things you only get paid if you win? I don't know. I'm just a barista. I'm not an actual lawyer. Maybe in the modern world, Phoenix picks up side hustle jobs to keep the lights on at the office. I don't know. I don't know how things work in Japanifornia. Maybe we can look into it when we get to the ad break in a minute or two. Shelley DeKiller. He is the person the police's special investigations team have been chasing for ages.
I am certain that the person the witness saw this very... I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer.
Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Carita's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh?
Okay, so I looked it up and he does get paid when he's not taking on friends' cases or being a charity case, but that's all we ever see him do. But we are on an ad break, so we'll be right back. We're back. Or at least we should be. If we're not, well, that's unfortunate. We're gonna keep going.
But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. Tequila. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain us and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. The second time. I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. That's when I saw the bellboy come out of Juan Carita's room. I think about it, he did seem kind of out of place. What makes you say that? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next.
Well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart or holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? I mean, if they're dropping off a tray of stuff, they just carry the tray up and then just leave without it, I would assume. What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or let it slide, or try to pull a fast one? Well, like I said, I think we have to keep talking and no one explodes. So, let's try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really, really is.
There really, really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys offer room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever.
Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one.
Edgeworth! You gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? Well, yes.
I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest's room empty-handed.
Well, we haven't really presented anything recently. Let's take a look at what we've got. Like, let's look at the photo. Maybe that'll help. Oh! So in that little photo that they showed us, of him talking with Matt, he was holding a tomato juice on a tray and the glass. And in the crime photo, you can see the tray. Is that what we're going for? I think that's what we're going for. Objection! Mr. Powers?
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches, and...
So? A baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Kurita's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here. Anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. Nova says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Edgeworth is trying to help Phoenix, but he's gonna make Phoenix work his whole lawyer bussy off for it. His loyalty, if you will. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Kurita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
But... that would mean the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Kurita was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry. What's with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
Bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
God damn it. Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
What's so weird about that? Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind. Ugh, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing black leather ones.
So? A football is made of leather? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather?
Ugh. What that meant, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself could believe that he was just another bellboy.
Ugh. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay.
Their second meeting.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident.
Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. All of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Their second meeting. After leaving, bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door. He gave something to the person inside the room. Why are you phrasing it like that? Like, you'd think the person in the room would be Matt, right? I said hold it!
Okay.
That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Oh, okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Let's ask. Like I said, who was inside? So who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm?
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah. Well, it was Mr. Onguard's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. Onguard himself, I'd say.
And then, what did the bellboy do after that?
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing...
Old guy just left. Well, no, I want to hear about the other thing. I said hold it. What kind of statement is that? Give us more details. Ask about the something. He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
Ha ha ha. If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kinda small. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... no. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
You mean like this one? This tiny wooden bear-shaped figurine that we found at On Guard's house? Okay, Phoenix.
What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Talk to a bluff on that thing.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw. Was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall we found this at Matt on God's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley DeKiller assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. Then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found at Mr. Onguard's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Onguard is DeKiller's client.
Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Ha! I almost forgot that he knew about it too.
I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something that we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further?
Ours is testimony the person who received the bear or the bear itself. Well, I think we've already pushed his testimony as far as we can. So we've either got to ask about the bear, or we've got to ask about who. Well, let's see if we can get something more out of who, because he said he only saw the arm of the person. But if it was obviously Matt or Adrian or whoever, because I'm assuming we're still trying to keep her in on this as somebody who possibly had something to do with part of it. The person who received the bear. Let's ask about that. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. That is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear,
we can't be sure of— Ah!
Yes?
What is it, Mr. Powers? you're going to scream like that, at least give us a good reason why. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear.
What?
Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But...
Oh, excuse me.
But the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it.
Now see, this just brings us right back to the whole thing we started with back with Old Bag. Just because it's the Nickel Samurai doesn't mean it's Matt, and we know for a fact that Adrian put on the other costume because she knew she had it. So, what the fuck? What the fuck, William? You've got to be kidding!
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order, order. Looks like you've dug your own grave. Yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count.
So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt on God is the Nickel Samurai.
Yes, but as we also all know, Adrian was wearing the costume at one point. Could have been her. And we found it at his house, and he never went back to his house after the event. He got arrested at the hotel. Something like that.
Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer.
What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry.
Now I will bring this cross-examination...
Your Honor!
Again, Mr. Wright? You've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. About time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright.
I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that.
Oh, we're back here. Okay, again, we asked about who it was. I don't think we can do anything more with his testimony, so we have to ask about the bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear? Mr. Wright?
This was found at Mr. Onguard's mansion. However, Mr. Onguard was arrested at the hotel that night. Exactly. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Mr. Onguard who took this bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Disaster averted, it looked.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Onguard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape.
Can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer.
The killer and Onguard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Onguard Mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Onguard Mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Onguard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer the question of what's so goddamn important about this fucking bear.
Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all?
I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Onguard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding.
You see, Mr. Wright,
you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
I mean, we still haven't heard from Gumshoe about Maya, so we probably have to. Well, do I? What should I do? I still think part of it has to do with Adrian being dressed up as the Nickel Samurai. I feel like that's something we can keep using to drag it out. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number 1, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2, that very same figurine was found at Onguard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
The real client?
Yes. Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
My badge! I almost accidentally hit present instead of profiles. No, we have to push that it's Adrian because we know that she had the other costume. We know for a fact she was dressed up as the Nickel Samurai at one point. Pardon me. We know she was dressed up as the Nickel Samurai at one point. So that's what we gotta run with.
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Onguard for the crime by wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume.
Ah! Then the Nickel Samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews.
What about Mr. Onguard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Onguard's mansion.
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Onguard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's a murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on.
Order, order, order! All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor? For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
Prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering, like, this entire time. Why is it so important that he would have the killer grab it? He's right. Killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubt against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
Quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. Ha ha ha. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? You know what? We're just gonna leave you here for a minute. We'll be right back. We are back. Had to go get another drink. And a little snack. Love a good cheese stick. Anyway. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Oh, excuse me. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
Really strong power? It's the power of the Steel Samurai ringtone.
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto.
Ooh, that's good, pal.
What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where Killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but...
What? We don't have any more time!
If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent! Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? I mean, unless the Berry Big Circus left. They were here in, like, December, though, so it's been a few months.
There's only one, pal. The Berry Big Circus.
Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry!
And? I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck!
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal?
Hey, Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry! Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? I mean, my best friend's been kidnapped. I've only just now been able to help the police get a lead on where to find her. I'm doing great! Only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court will now reconvene.
Excuse me. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. Totally natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she? The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Well, I don't know if it's actually going to help time pass in the game, but I think what we need to do is probably press on all of her statements. A puzzle? That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. People who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? By accidentally hitting the options button instead of the anywhere else. Well, first you turn its tail to the right and push it in.
Oh yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store small items. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with this same bear in this country.
But it looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. OnGuard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Karita and Andrews knew how to open it.
Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize
But there's one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What's inside the box?
what's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
Suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celestin Pax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celestin Pax had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. I don't think so. Like, as good and convenient as that would be, I don't think it is. Like, I feel like it was, but I feel like that's a fake. Like, something seems off. Like, I don't feel 100% about this just yet. Like, it makes sense that he would have hidden it in a place that only, like, he and maybe Adrian could have got to, as we can tell. But Adrian wanted the note. So if she knew how to open it, you think she might have even checked it at some point? I don't know. I don't like it.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. Yeah, and she wanted the note in the first place. We knew that. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. Now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What's written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celestin Pax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by On Guard. About being engaged to Corrida and On Guard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all.
And that's all Miss Pax had to say.
There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word.
Matt On Guard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Celeste's suicide note added to the court record. Found inside the figurine, it tells of On Guard's horrible misdeeds. It's On Guard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
Ugh. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. Figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? I feel like it's the note. Like the note itself. And even if it's not, we have health to spare. Please wait, Your Honor. Aw, man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it? Like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt Ongard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Kurita until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say that Matt Ongard could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Well, yeah, that too. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said.
Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on that one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself.
Huh?
I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
The very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Ongard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And?
The victim, Juan Kurita, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Ongard.
Order, order! Mr. Wright?
Yes? Yes, Your Honor?
You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in that stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matt Ongard's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. Fairly obvious that Mr. Ongard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. You got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shush, stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? I haven't, but I have a hunch. Like I said, I don't have a good feeling about the suicide note. So I want to know if it was really hers. Like, I want to know if Juan got the suicide note and then hit the actual one somewhere and replaced it with a fake one. Like, if he got a copy of it and, like, wrote up all of that. Something like that. Like, can we do a handwriting check or some shit? What I'm gonna do next is running away like a frightened child work. I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? Yeah, that's probably it. There's probably like some kind of handwriting check we should do or something. I really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What's this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? It's gotta be the note. We gotta, like, check the handwriting on it. Find out if it's actually Celeste or if it's, like, a fake. Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Well, obviously, we still have to object. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor! The defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said?
So you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But here's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Yeah, I think it's gotta be... It's my badge. No. Find out if the suicide note is real. Like, you need to check the handwriting or whatever.
That is Miss Impax's suicide note, right?
Or is it? Whoops. Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh.
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that has yet to even be remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting...
Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? I ain't calling it a truther. Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. OnGuard. Oh, true. Like, if she knew that Juan had it and had it in there, maybe she could have done that. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. Not if you don't examine the handwriting. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. Yeah, that only her and Juan could have done it. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt OnGuard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. Ooh. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Ugh.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
Just as the defense stated, the handwriting is yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
That's impossible!
This isn't good, Phoenix. Judge is gonna carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and the defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. On guard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Guilty!
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe! Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Ah! I find you guilty of throwing the attorney. 1 million years jail. Dear Lord, take everything Adrian's going through and give it to Pearl. Listen, Pearl's only 8. She has plenty of life to have tragedy happen to her. More than she already has. Where's Maya? What happened to Killer?
He got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. Wish there was some way I could make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the 2 of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
Don't tell me we don't have any more.
guilty! 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 You hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh!
What is it?
Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Take that! And he yeets the phone across the courtroom.
Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy us some more time.
Court is in session. Fucking hangs up on him.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
Sorry, Your Honor, but...
I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Huh?
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor!
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
Not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Right?
Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time.
Report.
Ah, is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time, just spit it out.
Right. Looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence?
Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over.
Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this.
My hunk-of-junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light.
Oh, Gumshoe, don't do that! You'll get in an accident! Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that'll be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me.
No one can stop me.
What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen! Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way for us to find out exactly where he is at this moment? I think there is. Because Franziska put that tracker on him. I don't know where it is. I think it may be probably in his coat or something. I'm gonna say there is. That's right, there is a way. What? Ow. I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. It's gotta be Franziska. Because she had the tracker on him. Why you bring up Franziska at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. Chances are slim, but she's all we have. Franziska. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth? What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like me, like you, to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. Verdict? Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. To be continued. And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up for now. This was also part of why I thought it would be better to do all the trial stuff in like one go around, like in one day. Because I didn't think it would be like, since this is the last bit of it, I didn't necessarily want to wait, like, a couple of days between. So what we're gonna do, like I said, gonna be gone for a few hours. I have to go to work. And then later tonight, we'll get back into it. And we will hit up the last bit of the trial. Final trial segment. We'll find out whether or not Gumshoe's okay, whether or not we can get whatever evidence got left behind. All this fun stuff. We're gonna figure that out next time. But for now, I think what we're gonna do, if my mouse will work with me. Hello? There we go. I'm blaming my mouse when really it was my fault. It was me! I did it all myself. Oops. Helps if I actually spell raid correctly. But let's go hang out with Noelle for a bit. Right now she's doing some World of Warcraft. All kinds of fun things like that. So let's go. Let's try to calm back down after the high intensity ending that we just had. And we'll bring it back tomorrow. Well, it might as well be tomorrow by the time I actually get started. It's probably gonna be between 11:30 and 12 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time. Like, if I had to put a timestamp on it, that's probably when it's gonna happen. But it will happen later. I guarantee you of that. Like I said, I want this done before Christmas. So that way we can take a break from it, take a couple of weeks, get ready for the next game. Things like that. But yeah. Go say hi to Noelle, go hang out for a bit. Or if you gotta raid and run, do whatever you gotta do. As always, make sure you all get whatever rest you need. Take your meds, eat some food, drink some water. Just take care of yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you later tonight as we finish up Justice for All.